Hey, Nonye, thank you for being with us today. I'm so excited to have you here with us. You know, many agents have tools and resources and so many things that their brokerages might provide to them, but we're so busy running around servicing people, servicing our listings and our buyers, sellers, that we don't often take the time to slow down and dig into what we have as resources. Today, we're talking particularly about Canva, one of the amazing resources we have as a free tool, Canva Pro with EXP. And Nonye is going to be sharing with us things, tips and tricks, things to use Canva for, and how to use it to expand, boost, and increase your business. So Nonye, thank you again. Nonye, you are where? Where is your service area in real estate?
Hi, thank you so much, Ina, for having me. I am located in Chicago, and so like you, I'm with eXp Realty, and I service the city of Chicago, mostly northwest side, and then also like some of the surrounding suburbs in Chicago. So that's where I am, and thank you so much for having me today. Yeah, like you were saying, we have so many tools, and sometimes it gets overwhelming, and people don't take advantage of it. So hopefully today we'll be able to show people how easy it is to use and that they're able to incorporate that into their business.
Okay, so what are some of the things that you can do with Canva to boost your business?
Yeah, so with Canva, with the account we get is the pro account. So it has everything available to us that someone who's paying for Canva would have available to them. And some of the things you can do would be like flyers for your social media posts. You can also have you can also do custom made things that get printed. So you could create it in Canva and send it directly to the printer, and then it gets mailed to your house. Usually shipping is free. Um,
Oh,
you can even do like presentations when you're doing presentations with your clients. You can develop that through Canva and present to your clients and so much more. QR codes. There's a lot that Canva has to offer. And like I said, anything that Canva has, we have included as part of the pro account that we get through eXp Realty.
so can you share your screen and perhaps show us some of the practical things that just in day-to-day real estate business we can use Canva for?
Of course, I will do that right now. And for anyone who is joining, my screen may look different from yours just because I've worked in here. But when you join and come into Canva, you want to log in. For us, you log in with your EXP email address. So let me just show that real quickly um, on here. I'm just going to say add account. And right here where it says sign up with your work email, that's where you would click and then put in your eXp Realty email address. And what's going to happen is it's going to send you a code. You plug that code in and then it logs you in and you're like right on this page. Okay. Um, if you already have a Canva account, you can actually add both to the same thing so that when you go up here, you can switch between both accounts like I have there. All right. And then that way you can even share documents between both accounts. Perhaps you have things in your personal that you want to bring over to EXP or vice versa. You're able to do that in Canva. So, like I said, this is the homepage where you come in, and it would be different for everyone. These are some of the recent things I've pulled up, so that's why they show up here. Then I'm going to go here to projects, and then I'm going to click on these three lines actually, and then I'm going to select the eXp Realty brand. So this is all of eXp's templates that are available to us. And then as you click into them, you see like there are more things available. So this is for note postcards and note cards. If you wanted to print these out and mail them out, the template is already here for you. And all you have to do is change the photo, change the information and put yours in, or you could use this one as well. All right. And then all you would do at that point is then send it to Canva to print for you, or you could download it to your computer and then use whatever printing service that, works for you. So this is just like one example of what's in here. And I'll just toggle through and go back to this page here, which is our brand template. See door hangers. If you wanted to create door hangers to take around your farm, it's here. Newsletter templates are here. Branding identity, letterhead letters. So there are sample letters that you could send out for marketing, and they're all here. You could change the text if you wanted, and then it comes with the letterhead and such. So that way you can print it out and send it to anyone that you may be targeting, like to your market.
So quick question.
Mhm.
Now, the printing with Canva, there's a fee to the printing, right? You said something about free mailing. What is that?
Yeah, so let me just act like I'm doing it, right?
Mhm.
So I just clicked on this template and I'm gonna say use this brand template.
Mhm.
Okay. So when I click on that, it brings me here to this page and I'm just waiting for it to load. So you can zoom in and zoom out if it's too small, right? So just the zoom thing is on the bottom right corner here. So let's just say, for sake of time, I'm not going to edit this. On the top right corner here, it said print with Canva. So I'm going to click on that. And it's recognized that it's a letter. Okay, so there's just one page. It's only a front page. And if you look on the bottom here, it shows you the price. And that's because I'm printing on standard paper, 50 copies. So when I click here, you see the different options in pricing.
Okay.
Okay. And then if I, whatever you want. So let's just go with the default of 50. Okay. So now on the bottom here, it says 54.50 with free delivery.
Wow.
So
So that
if I'm
includes postage.
exactly right. And this includes like this 54.50 includes taxes. And at least when I do it, it includes taxes. Depending on your state or wherever you're located, it may be different. But if you click on continue, right, it tells you no issues were detected. So it's going to check and make sure that the file is going to print well and nothing is outside of the print area per se. Okay. And if you wanted, you could also download the PDF to check and make sure that this looks good, or maybe send it to someone so that they can proofread it for you before you print it out.
Okay.
And then once you're ready, you could either add to cart or you could check out. And then you just follow the steps and put in your card information, and then it will go ahead and notify you when it has gone to the printer. It'll also notify you when it's shipping so that you can track it and make sure that you pick it up when it arrives. And they do have a guarantee, actually. They're like, if you're not happy with what comes, just let them know, and they will try to make it right for you.
Okay. So now I noticed that in the letter itself, the content is not
Mm-hmm.
there. So this content,
Correct.
of course, is just gibberish, gibberish.
Right,
Where,
right, right.
where do you find the content, or do you just generate your own content?
So this is a generic one just for like just giving you the letterhead. So you can use this for any type of letter you wanted to send out where you need to use an EXP letterhead. So that's the purpose for this one. But if I go back to the folder that had all the letterheads, I clicked on this one here that says EXP Realty letterhead. So it's just the letterhead. Um, this one as well just gives you a letterhead. The stuff is not is gibberish, right? If I go back here to marketing and farming and click on that one, these actually have some text that you can actually edit and some stuff that actually makes sense. So congratulations, you're now under contract, da 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 da. So the one I was showing you was just like a generic thing for anyone who needed a letterhead.
Mhm.
And then the ones under marketing and farming letters, these are the ones that actually have stuff that you can use like a template, and then you can kind of customize it to your neighbor or whoever you are sending the letter out to.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
So is there also listing presentations, buyer presentations here?
Yes, yes, for sure. All right, so I'm gonna go back to this right here. If you notice right here, the banner says now available all new listing presentation. So they actually just upgraded the listing presentation that we have. So on the right here where it says presentations, you click that. And actually, I'm gonna go back real quick because I wanted to show you something else. So there are only a couple folders here, but let's say you're not sure what you're looking for. You could even come here where it says search and then type something, and like letterhead, for example, hit enter, and then it's going to narrow it down to the things that I'm looking for. So as EXP continues to build on these folders, you know, if you have a lot of things that you're like, I'm not sure where what I'm looking for is located, then you could search here for it and see if it's there. Okay.
Oh,
So let's go to presentations. So we have listing presentation, and there are 3 items there. So this looks like it's a landscape view. This one is more portrait, so like straight. And then this is another one. I'm not sure which one is the new one because they were all edited 6 days ago.
there's two of
But
them that say new. The last two say new. So maybe
oh
those.
yeah, yeah, actually, yeah, these two say new. Yeah, good catch there. All right, so let me click on this one. And this is a landscape version. So for example, if you're with a client, um, you could have it on a tablet, on a laptop as a presentation, and you're just like going through the presentation. So how EXP set it up is the first page is like instruction. So they tell you not to show this page, obviously, because this is telling you how to edit the file or the template. And then on the bottom here, I'm just going to show you a preview of the next couple of pages. So again, this is telling you what to do because that's not the presentation just yet, but here's where the presentation starts. Okay.
Let's pause.
Okay, so let's edit this template. So on the top right here where it says use this brand template, you're going to click on that. And it brings you here where you can make changes to the pages. If you're taking this presentation to a client, you can put their address in here, put your information down here, and then this is where your information would go. And literally, how do you change the photo? You can open up a file, like open up a drive on your computer and just drag the photo in and it would work. Or if you have photos that are uploaded, so I put my mouse here under uploads and I have some pictures, I just drag that in here and it replaces it. You can double click on it and then you can adjust the photo to what you want. So when you double click, then it allows you move the picture so you can center it properly. Okay. And then how do you change your name? Anything that has a blue box around it, you can pretty much change. So I could just put my name in here, put my website, or maybe an Instagram handle or something. And then if you go on to the next page, you could change the photos any which way. You can go up to elements and then maybe search for like a luxury house interior design, for example. So let's say I like this one, I'll just drag it here
Oh.
and then double click it and then adjust it if I don't like the way it's centered. Okay. And
Mhm.
then you could just do that for like all the pages. And then when you're done, on the top right here where it says present, then you could click that and then present it to your client when you show up at their home. So this is what it would look like when you're at their home trying to make the presentation to them.
Wow.
right? So that's here. Now, I know that you may be watching this and you're not part of EXP. Um, Canva has designs and templates that you can use for yourself. So I just clicked on design here. And right here, there are different templates. This is the real estate one. So you can actually just create your own from the templates that are already in Canva. So for us with EXP, we have templates that EXP has created for us. But if you're not with EXP, there are templates in Canva that you can use. And it's the same thing, just plug and play. Like I was editing this one, you could just do the same with the template that you upload, or that you choose to use rather.
So can you also email it, like when you're done, can you email it ahead of time to your client before you get there?
Of course. So right here where it says share, you can download it as a presentation. You could download it as a Microsoft presentation, or you could download it as a PDF. So let's say download. I click here. These are your options. You could download it as a video and it would just, play like a video. You could download it as pictures. You can download it as a PDF. I think that's the suggested, and that'll probably be the best option. And then your client gets that and they're able to see it. And then when you show up, you can then do the presentation with your clients.
Oh,
Yes.
all right.
And of
So
course, you can print it out. If you have a PDF, you can print the PDF and then you have that as backup just in case your computer messes up when you get
it
there.
happens in the
So,
world of AI that
uh-huh.
we're in right now. So is
Mhm.
there any AI in Canva? Is there any integration with AI?
Of course. Canva is actually very robust when it comes to AI. So let me get out of here and go back to um let me go back a little more to here. So let's say I wanted to do, let's go back to our letterhead, because remember you were asking me, okay, this stuff is gibberish, right? How am I going to use this? So let me open this one up that has, rubbish in there. I'm going to use this black brand template, and just waiting for it to load, and I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, so when you come here, I can highlight this and delete it. And then if you look right here, see this pencil, it says Magic Write. This is an AI tool. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to put a custom prompt. Or let's say I already have something in there. I can ask it to rewrite it. But let's say I don't have anything. So I'm just going to put a custom prompt. I'm like, write a letter to my sphere of influence. Let's see what it does on the fly. Telling them I am now a licensed real estate agent. Enter. Let's see what it does.
So cool.
So there you go. So it's giving me something to use, right? So I can say replace and then it would go in that box. Or I can say add below. So if you already have something written, you just add that below what you have written already. And then if I wanted to make some changes, I could say, give me something more like this. I could say, okay, this is great, but then I can say add blah, 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 blah. So let's just hit
Wow.
replace. And so now I have my letter. I probably will delete this part just because I have it here again, right? And then if this looks good, I'm ready to send this letter, right? So
Wow.
that's something Canva can do. So that's one AI tool. They have so many others. On the bottom corner here, um, where it says apps, if I click on apps, I see AI generation. So it has tools that can do voice to text to speech. So you could put the text, it would transcribe it to voice for videos. It also has a tool where you can put a prompt and it will actually create an AI generated image for you to use in your marketing.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's so many things out here that they have with in terms of like AI. They have a tool as well where you can put your text and it will convert it to a presentation for you. So you don't even have to sit there creating the slides. You just put the text in and it will create the presentation for you. Of course, you may have to make certain tweaks here and there, but
Mhm.
it does most of the work for you for sure.
Is this under Canva Pro only, or is it with the free Canva?
So some of them are available to everyone, but the more advanced things like this AI writing tool, when I went here, custom prompts, this logo here tells you it's for
Oh.
paid clients. But
Mhm.
the rewrite doesn't have the icon. So some are available to everyone, but there are certain things that will not be available to
Mhm.
people. And
Okay.
even here where it says generate a quiz, I've never tried this before, but this could work for teachers and such, or if you wanted to test someone on their knowledge, you could generate a quiz based off of the text. So like they're just improving, and I mean that's not really real estate related, but it has like so much available that anyone really can plug this into their business or life.
So cool. Um,
Yeah.
what about social media? Is there anything in Canva that can help with social media posting and also sharing on social media platforms?
Yes. So let me go back here and I'll go back to our EXP templates.
Mhm.
So we have a social media folder, so I'm going to use that one. And let's say we're doing an open house this weekend, and we wanted to share this to our social media friends. So this is formatted for Instagram. And what they actually do, what EXP has done for us is they give us 5 options. So you have different layouts, and this is for stories. So if you wanted to do a story, you could replace the pictures like I showed you earlier with your listing photos and then post to social media. And I'll show you how. But let me go back because this is not the one I want. I want this one. All right. So this is 4 separate layouts. And I'm going to say use this brand template. And another thing too is if you wanted to change the colors, if this looks a little bland to you, you could definitely change the colors of the text, um, even the background as well, just to fit your own brand colors. So let's say we're going to use this one. Okay.
Yeah.
One cool thing that Canva has, um, and it's something where they integrate with EXP, and we actually are able to pull in listing photos. So you don't have to go searching for your listing photos. The photos are already, sorry, you're able to pull them directly into Canva and then use them on your flyer. So under here where it says apps, I'm going to click that. And then I'm going to search for us, it's EXP listing, listings beta. So there are 2, and I believe this is the new one. So let me try that one. Okay, so this is the one I want, right? And I'm going to put in an MLS number and I'll show you what it does. Okay, so this is the MLS number. You either hit enter or you hit search. All right, so I have this MLS number I'm going to put in here. And when I do that, it's going to pull the photos for me. So I'm going to hit search. And this is the property. You click on the property, it gives you the photos.
Wow.
And then also if you click on listing details, it gives you the actual remarks that were on the MLS. So if you were doing something, you don't have to go ahead and go to the MLS, copy that, bring it back here, like it's already in here. And you notice as I clicked on it, it came up here. right? But we're doing an open house folder, so we don't need it. So we could just go ahead and delete this one. Then agent assets. So this would pull your information as well. So if you needed your license number and such, just to put it on your flyer, it's here. You don't have to go look for your license number. So let's go back to the images and let's look for an exterior photo. Let's see this one for the top. It's gonna take a second. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna double click it and kind of adjust the photo a little bit. I can zoom. No, this is rotate. Expand. Okay, I can cancel. There's a way to, yeah, I can do this and make it slightly bigger. Sorry, that doesn't look good actually. Hold on. Let me start that over. So if I grab, yeah. All right, so I just grabbed this in here and then I'll double click it and I'm going to move it down a little bit. Okay. And then let's see, let's grab this one and put it here. Okay, and then you could just, I'm just picking random things just because. Put this one here and maybe this one here. Okay, and I'm gonna just adjust it a little bit here. Okay, so now I have this, right? So I can change the information when I want my open house to be, the address, all of those things, change my name. Remember, this is one template. So if you wanted to use a different layout, you could pick any of the other layouts that are here. But this is the one that we chose. So now on the top right corner, where it says share, you click on share and notice there's Instagram right here. If you don't see Instagram here, you're gonna say see all, and it's gonna show you the places where you could share um your photo or presentation or whatever it is. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down. So there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's TikTok. If you say see all, there's stories, LinkedIn as well,
Oh, wow.
right? So it has all the, you can share it on all of these platforms.
Nice.
Now for Facebook and Instagram, you have to have a business page. It won't share to a personal page. So I'll click on Instagram. If you don't have Instagram connected, it's going to tell you to connect Instagram to your Canva account, but I already have it connected. And then now I can immediately post or I can schedule the post. So if I click on schedule and then hit continue, so it's gonna put it to my Instagram page and it's only going to share the one that I want. So it's only gonna share
Oh,
one of these. And then here's where I can put my caption. So if you wanted to grab your caption from the listing details, you could copy that, paste it here. If you wanted to add hashtags and things like that, you would just put that on here, open house, whatever it is, and then hit publish, and then it will automatically post to your Instagram page.
so
And
easy.
again, like this is available to anyone who has a paid account with Canva. But since we're with EXP, I'm using an EXP template. But if you're not using an EXP template, you could do this with anything that you're working on here will that you're able to put on Instagram and it will show properly, right? Because you don't want to put things on Instagram that it will be cropped out and things like that. So you want to make sure that you're picking the right um image size and things like that to share on your social media platforms.
Wow, that makes it so easy.
Yeah. And just real quick, if you come back to the homepage, right? Um, sorry, that was my first one. This is the EXP one. If you come back here, these are all of the layouts that they have. So there's social media, there's video as well. You can actually make video in Canva and upload directly from here. If you wanted to print things, custom sizes, um, you can print products. So let me click on that. You could do posters, you could do clothing. stationery gifts to your clients, t-shirts, mugs. I mean, the possibilities on Canva are endless. Cards as well. You can make your own cards that you want to, maybe during the holidays or something, you want to send out greeting cards to people. You can make your own, have it printed, and then you send those out to your clients as well.
So if you wanted to do like a closing gift to a client, you could do it
Right.
right here.
Yeah. And
Oh.
speaking of that, I actually do photo books. So there is an option to do a photo book. Let me see if I can find it here. A photo book. So there's a square one and then there's a landscape one. So if you click on that, so it's gonna give me a blank one, but I can show you how you can, I'll show you how you can use an already created design. So if you click here on the top, design, these are some that people have already created. So this one's 22, sorry, go back to design. This is 22 pages. This is 22 pages, which is the minimum number of pages you can do on Canva. So if I click on that, I can choose the pages I want, or I can just add all the pages. And then it's gonna give me, it's gonna take a minute to do that. And then that way you can begin to edit them with your photo. Remember, we already pulled it. You can pull in your listing photos. So you pull in your listing photos and then just replace the photos with your listing photos. Okay.
So you can give them a whole journey of the process from when they started, the first buyer consult or seller consult, we put it on the market, and then we got a contract and this and that.
Exactly,
Wow.
exactly. So you can kind of make it like a journey, yes. And remember, I told you you can use the photos that you uploaded. If you go into uploads, these are the photos I just used in that flyer we created. So those are here. But if you go into projects, it's gonna have an actual folder of that listing. And I'm blanking on where it is, but you'll be able to find those things. And if you don't find it, just go ahead and go back to your apps, go to the EXP listing thing, EXP listing beta, and then do the same thing. And then just, put your MLS number in here and pull in your photos that way and replace them, whichever photos you wanted to use.
Interesting. Very
Yeah,
interesting. There's so much. This is just like scratching the surface.
it really is.
There's a lot in Canva. There's so many tools in there. And I think just taking the time to go deep dive to using even just the little that you know to use and then learning about the new things because they keep adding on, right?
Yes.
It's like a candy store, a kid in the candy store. I need to go back into Canva. I use Canva already, but going back and trying out some of these things, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's very robust and it's almost like you have everything in there. I mean, I didn't show you a lot of other things. Like, you know how before if you needed to remove a background, you had to put it in this app and take out the background, then go here and do this. Like you can do all of that in Canva now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's great. Nonye's information will be in the description. Feel free to connect with her. She again is in Chicago. If you have anyone that wants to buy or sell property in Chicago, she's your girl. Thank you for watching and stay connected for more real estate tips and strategies.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Bye.